Chancellor obviously has got her work cut out today. She's going to try and use her keynote speech to get the whole thing back on track, because this thing about freebies is not going away. In fact, it's building.
Yeah, the way someone put it to me yesterday was that, yes, there is absolutely a mood of celebration here, that this is Labour's first conference in power for more than 15 years, but that is very much tempered by the very strong feeling that there is an elephant in the room, in fact, more than one, and they are so big that it's quite difficult to see what else is going on. Firstly, as you say, this issue of gifts and donations to MPs and cabinet ministers, which has been in the headlines for more than a week now and continues to be so today. Two stories about the Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, in the headlines this morning. Firstly, that she has reportedly hired a personal photographer on a salary of nearly £70,000 a year. And then there are reports that the Conservatives have asked for an investigation into her stay at a luxury New York apartment owned by the Labour peer Lord Ali. They are saying that she may have broken the rules because she did not declare that a fellow MP was with her for part of that stay. Now, Angela Rayner herself says that she has not broken any rules. She says gifts and hospitality have been part of politics for a long time. And it is true that this kind of thing is nothing new, but it is also true that Keir Starmer promised to be different. He promised a government of service, and this scrutiny about the kinds of gifts and hospitality that MPs have been receiving is particularly pertinent at the moment because, of course, they are asking us, the government, to make all kinds of sacrifices because of what they say is this £22 billion black hole. Now, I put that to Cabinet Minister Darren Jones, whether MPs should now be thinking differently about what they accept. I asked him about his decision to accept 4 tickets to a Taylor Swift concert worth thousands of pounds, and whether he now feels differently about that decision. Would you accept those tickets now in the light of what has happened?
My declaration, you'll see, I don't think I've accepted very much at all. I did take my children to see Taylor Swift, which is more for them than it was for me.
But do you think that all of you now need to think twice about accepting things that perhaps other people would love to do but simply can't afford?
I think everybody has to make consideration about what they can and can't do with the time they have available with their family.
Now, I should say it's really important to say that Darren Jones hasn't broken any rules, that he declared that donation properly. But what people are doing now is putting those sorts of donations in the context of things like Labour's policy on winter fuel payments. And that is the other big elephant in the room here. There continues to be a lot of unhappiness about that policy. Some of the Labour backing unions have put forward a motion calling on Keir Starmer to make a U-turn, and it looks like that could go to a vote as early as today. Now, the unions are saying they are pretty confident they are going to win it. It is non-binding. It doesn't mean the government has to do anything as a consequence, but it would be pretty embarrassing for a party at its own party conference to have its delegates decide that one of its first decisions in government is deeply unpopular. Sharon Graham, who is the leader of Unite, told us it is a sign of good leadership for Keir Starmer to change his mind.
This is a misstep. That's all it is. It's a misstep. But if they don't correct that misstep, this could become something quite deep-rooted. If you've got a country that voted for change and the first change they see is that pensioners are being penalised, then I think people may have a different view about Labour.
Well, Rachel Roos today is going to try and change some of those views about the Labour Party. She's got a big speech where she'll talk about the budget and she'll try to inject some optimism into proceedings. She will say that there is going to be pain, but the prize at the end is going to be worship. She'll say there will not be a return to austerity, but of course these decisions are going to come at a cost. And she'll say the country faces economic ruin if she doesn't balance the books.